各位领导、使
distinguished officials, diplomatic envoys, representatives, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, dear friends, good morning. Welcome to the 8th China Global Think Tank Innovation Forum.
Diplomats, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you, and welcome to the 8th China Global Think Tank Innovation Annual Conference 2023.
中国智库
This event was established in 2016 and it's been running for 7 events, and it has become a representative annual event for a think tank.
Center for China and Globalization and the Think Tanks and Civil Societies program of the University of Pennsylvania in 2016. It has since been held for 7 consecutive years and has become one of China's most representative annual think tank conferences on the global stage.
本次第
This is the 8th China Global Think Tank Innovation Forum. It has been co-organized by CCG and CPAFFC. It has brought together the famous leaders of think tanks of the world and researchers and scholars, and we will develop solutions to global challenges and create a vision for a better future.
And Globalization and the China Association for Friendship, bringing together renowned leaders of think tanks and research scholars from around the world to formulate solutions to global challenges, look into the future, and build a forward-looking vision together.
首先
First, we would like to invite Mr. Wang Huiyao, founder and president of the CCG and former counselor to China State Council, to make a welcoming speech.
欢迎
尊敬的杨万明会
Mr. Yang Aming, Mr. Jiang Jianguo, Mr. Gao Wanming,
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. So, welcome to the 8th China and Global Think Tank Innovation Forum. As the president of the Center for China and Globalization, I'm very honored to stand before you today as the organizer and also to try to work with our partners to welcome all of you. And we gather here today actually for the first time. You know, some people will ask me, where's your Zoom link? I said, we have no Zoom link. We are totally offline. So this is really a great achievement. Thank for all of you to come here today. So the world is really undergoing profound changes, and the context in which we gather today is marked by formidable headwinds in the domain of globalization, escalating geopolitical risk, enduring disruptions caused by the pandemic, and of course, the conflicts we are seeing right now happening. The challenges are captured by the theme of our first roundtable. Actually, we're having quite a few roundtables. The first one is the global order at the crossroads. And indeed, the world is undergoing enormous, tremendous transformation. And it's cause for us to enhance dialogue and build consensus as we collectively navigate in the path forward. So it's really a great honor to extend a welcome to more than 100 distinguished guests, think tankers, including from international and China, 80 think tanks around, not only from China, but all over the world. And this conference has attracted a substantial global interest with many diplomatic corps representative attending, and also media outlets attending, and also of our think tank fellows and from all China and here in Beijing. We're going to hear the opening remarks by our distinguished honored guest today from China. I know that President Yang Wanming has just hosted some of the rival guests last night. We had a very good discussion. 12 of them all spoke, had a deep dialogue. We already had our first discussion yesterday evening. So thank President Yang again for hosting us. So our schedule for the next 2 days is really packed with insightful discussions. On today, we're going to have roundtables as we planned. And this morning section will focus on the critical topics of a global order. You know, we are in a multipolar world, but where is the order to sustain that? And we bring together some of the brightest mind in the field to discuss the perspective. And in the afternoon, our attention will turn on to the China-Western relations with a particularly focus on the China-US relation and how we can build a sustainable global engagement platform and going forward. Last month, CCG just held its 9th annual think tank forum, China Globalization Forum, and we actually invited the Chinese climate envoy, Minister Xie Zhenghua, and also American Ambassador Nick Burns and EU Ambassador Toledo, that we actually discussed how the climate three, the 3 largest economy and the 3 largest emitters, can work together. And we had a very fruitful discussion at that time. So for tomorrow, actually, we're going to have a very special event, co-organized with the European Policy Center, the EU-China think tank exchanges. And this event promised to be furnish further invaluable insights into the China-EU relations and collaboration with the sphere of global challenges and global cooperation. We just has the Joseph Borrell, the High Representative of the EU, visited China not too long ago. So as we embark on this intellectual journey over the next 2 days, we are filled with a sense of optimism and responsibility, but also we have a lot of concerns. We are delighted to meet experts and thought leaders from various international think tanks, which I think this is by far the largest think tank gathering in China since 2019. So each of you bring the unique perspective and wealth of knowledge to this table, which is very important. And it is the first time we had a lot of face-to-face dialogue, frank discussions, and constructive, roundtable discussion. And this will serve as a source of inspiration for China and, of course, for the world as we collectively address present challenges of our time. Together, we can work towards a world marked by peace and prosperity, as we all hoped for. So to conclude, I once again want to extend a warm welcome to all of you, and I really look forward to engage in fruitful discussions and forging meaningful connections in these 2 days ahead. And let's really embrace this opportunity to work together towards a more stable, prosperous, and harmonious global development. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Wang.
感谢王辉耀先生的精彩。
I want to thank Mr. Wang Huiyao for the wonderful remarks. And now I'd like to invite Mr. Yang Wanming, President of the CPAFFC, to speak. Mr. Jiang Jianguo, Mr. Wang Huiyao, Mr. Gao Wanming, distinguished guests, representatives from think tanks, good morning. First, on behalf of the CPAFFC, I would like to extend my warmest welcome to you all. Welcome to the 8th China Global Think Tank Innovation Forum. This is the first time for the CPAFFC to work in partnership with the CCG to host this event. So I'd like to take this opportunity to briefly introduce the CPAFFC. It was established in 1954. It is a national, non-governmental foreign affairs organization. We have our branches in many provinces, autonomous regions, and municipalities, and many other cities in China. Next year, we will celebrate the 70th anniversary of our organization. In the past 7 decades, the CPAFFC has established partnerships with over 500 countries in over 150 countries in the world. And many of them are actually think tanks, 500 organizations. A brief review of the past 17 years shows that we have been engaging in developing friendship, making friends, promoting peace and development. We have been promoting local exchanges between China and other countries.
The establishment of sister city relationship is also an important job that we do. By the end of September 2023, China's provinces, autonomous regions, and municipalities have established 2,950 sisterhood city relations with 590 states and provinces and 1,820 cities in 145 countries in the world. Our association is also an NGO with a full consultative status at UN ECOSOC and participates in activities organized by the UN in all areas and to pass on the views and opinions of the Chinese people on global issues. Our international exchanges cover trade and economics, education, culture, politics and diplomacy. But I think that among these, the most important is a frank exchange of views. President Xi says that the bonds between the people holds the key to state-to-state relations. For us to have this close bond between the people, we need to have an echo in the minds of our peoples to reach an agreement. So I think that in this aspect, think tanks have an important role to play. So this forum acts as an important platform to lay a solid foundation for our future dialogue. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday I had the honor to receive 16 distinguished representatives at the CPPFCC, and we had a frank exchange of views. I think that we agreed on 4 things. First is, in today's world, peace and development, stability and prosperity. We face challenges on all these fronts. We need more dialogue, cooperation, and communications. Secondly, a pluralistic or diverse development of economy and development is what is needed. We should advocate multilateralism, the authority of the United Nations. Third, we need to strengthen reform of global governance system, and it should be an important part of our global agenda. Countries should coordinate together for a better global governance system. And and forth. Dialogue and exchanges are indispensable in furthering our mutual understanding. We should oppose bloc confrontation and bloc politics, strengthen dialogue and exchanges. In today's world, we are far from being tranquil. Regional conflicts emerge from time to time. The economic recovery is still not satisfactory. The development gap is increasing. So we need new thoughts and methods from us think tanks to give new hope and new directions to world development. That's why I think that we have this word innovation in the name of this forum. 10 years ago, President Xi Jinping proposed the building of a community of shared future for the building of a world of sustainable peace, of common security, and of common prosperity. We also need the world to be more open and inclusive, and green and sustainable. So the proposal of this community of shared future provides new thinking and insights in us building a new vision for the world to come. So now, in addition, China proposed the Belt and Road Initiative, the Global Development, Global Security, and Global Civilization initiatives, which brought new significance and meaning to this concept of a community of shared future. China is not only a proponent of this new idea, it is also a practitioner. 5 days ago, the third Belt and Road Forum of international cooperation was held in Beijing. Over the past decade, the Belt and Road has materialized from an idea and vision into practical results. In terms of hard connections with the China-Laos Railway, Jakarta-Bandung Railway, Budapest, Serbia-Hungary Railway, the Mombasa-Nairobi Railway, and the Piraeus port have been put into use. China-EU trains have connected the Eurasia continent. In terms of soft connections, the RCEP has come into effect for the 15 signatories. China has signed 21 FTAs with 28 countries. In terms of new connections, China has signed the mutual recognition of higher education degrees with 45 countries, and cultural and touristic cooperation agreements with Belt and Road countries. In terms of trade, over the past 10 years, total trade with relevant Belt and Road countries reached $19.1 trillion with an annual increase of 6.4%. Two-way investment exceeded $380 billion, among which China's ODI reached $240 billion. So at the opening ceremony of the third Belt and Road Forum, President Xi Jinping also announced 8 actions to support Belt and Road, including a 3D multi-tiered connectivity network, supporting the building of an open economy, pragmatic cooperation, promoting green development, scientific innovation, people-to-people ties, a road of integrity, as well as the improvement to the Belt and Road International Cooperation Mechanism. These further showcases China's resolution to promote the building of a community of shared future. So, as these actions are become realities, more countries will meet with new opportunities for rapid development. More people, more population will have a better off life, and will be able to inject new momentum to building the community of shared future. Ladies and gentlemen, more than 2,000 years ago, ancient Chinese thinkers have advocated for unity in diversity, and they pursue this noble vision of nobility, and of harmony and living together in peace, and a world where justice reigns. After 2,000 years, China proposed and implements the Belt and Road Initiative to promote the building of a community of shared future, with the hope that connectivity and mutual benefit could help the entire world. President Xi said that if the world does well, China will do good. If China does well, the world would become better. But at the same time, we also realized that this good vision of building this community is a long historical process. We need to work relentlessly, and we need to win the understanding and support from all peoples in the world. Think tanks help form opinions and ideas and policies. So you are all distinguished scholars in your respective areas, and you're influential people in your areas. So I hope that you could pay more attention to this important idea of this community of shared future, and to give insight and input in your contributions to this the connotations of this concept for a better world and a better future for our future generations. Finally, I wish this forum a complete success. Thank you very much. Honorable President Wang Huiyao, President Yang Wanming, President Gao Anming, dear friends, dear colleagues from think tanks, good morning. So in ancient China, we used to say that friends of all ages gather together at a grand party. But I think that the ancient Chinese did not envisage such an occasion where wise people of different colors, of different using different languages, and coming from different cultural backgrounds gather together. It is because of globalization that we are now seeing this unfolding. At the Belt and Road Forum that just concluded last week, President Xi Jinping made the keynote speech, pointing out that China is modernizing itself to promote building China into a strong nation, and advocates that the modernization of the world should be a modernization featuring peace and development, mutually beneficial cooperation, and common prosperity. At this juncture, we are in an era full of conflicts and challenges. Multiple crises are facing us with geopolitical tensions, energy and food crises, climate change, terrorism, transborder organized crime. These are existential threats. These have led to a sluggish global economic growth and deficit in the trust in the international community, and this contributes to the uncertainty in the world.
Fundamentally speaking, these crises are also global human rights crises. They are undermining human existence and development, and also they are affecting the common values of mankind. So the first thing we need to do is to respond to President Xi Jinping's proposal about the building of a shared community for mankind and the BRI and the 3 global initiatives. And we need to work for the largest denominator for common development, and we need to develop common understanding and work together to address the global risks and challenges in order to create a peaceful, cooperative, and win-win future for our future generations. First, existence is the precondition. The right to existence is the precondition for the enjoyment of all other rights. It is always the top right for us to work for. No matter what volatilities and conflicts the international community is suffering from, we must ensure the human existence. That is the bottom line. And no matter how many differences we have in terms of values, we must start with protecting subsistence or existence rights. Second, development is the key. We are facing a lot of shared global issues, and the root is imbalanced development. And we always believe that development is the key to promoting human rights and the key to all problems. The international community needs to work together in close cooperation to ensure that our development is inclusive, universal, and sustainable, and promote the individuality, capacity, and knowledge development in all societies so that all of the rights of mankind will be fully developed. And third, equality is the principle. We need to address the global issues, and we need to respect this sovereign equality, and we also need to work for individual equality. In this volatile international world, we need to pay more attention to the rights of the weak people and the disadvantaged people, including the women, children, and old people, etc., to ensure that all will enjoy dignity and basic rights. And fourth, respect is the cornerstone. We are facing different histories, national realities, ethnic traditions, and different civilizations. So the world is very rich, and now we have a lot of global issues which may be coming from conflicts of interest or the differences or prejudices in terms of ideology and civilizations. So China always believes that we need to learn from each other among different civilizations, and we need to respect each other and have more exchanges. And only by throwing away the prejudices can we reach consensus. In order to form consensus and achieve better cooperation, we need to engage in sincere exchanges. Exchanges will help us to increase mutual understanding and thereby promoting cooperation. Historically, the basis for international order is that the sovereign countries engage in good exchanges, and that will form a good international society. we actually started such exchanges from trade and people-to-people exchanges. The exchanges and cooperation between different think tanks is an important form and content of people-to-people exchanges, because the think tanks can connect with the government as well as the people, and the exchanges among think tanks will help us to reduce political misunderstandings and alleviate the conflicts of public opinions. Think tanks need to contribute to people-to-people exchanges. The CCG is an influential think tank with a lot of responsibilities and great vision. In recent years, it has made great contributions to boosting international political, economic, cultural, and educational exchanges. This event has also gradually become a great platform for Chinese and foreign scholars to exchange their ideas. We hope that the CCG will really always be innovative and be open to new ideas and bring together national interests and the interests of all mankind, and always give top priority to the common destiny and welfare of mankind. I hope that it will draw wisdom through the exchanges and demonstrate its responsibilities in the face of the challenges, and promote exchanges and cooperation in order to ensure that global governance continue to work in a way that is fair and justable. That is all for my speech. Thank you very much.
谢谢蒋部长。下面有请中国外文出版发行事业局副局长兼总编辑高岸明先生发表特别致辞，有请。
Now for our second special remark, let's warmly welcome Mr. Gao Anming, Vice President and Editor-in-Chief, China International Communications Group.
Mr. Jiang Jianguo, Mr. Yang Wanming, Mr. Wang Huiyao, distinguished experts, distinguished guests, dear friends, good morning. I'm very pleased to join you, friends, old and new, in Beijing for this important event. The 3-year COVID-19 has already passed. And now we are meeting here face-to-face in Beijing. So I'm deeply delighted about this opportunity. No matter how well developed the online meeting tools or how convenient they are, they will never replace the offline face-to-face exchanges. So on behalf of the China International Communications Group, I would like to extend my warmest congratulations to you on the opening of this event. A year ago, the 20th Party Congress issued an important and sincere call for respecting diversity of civilizations and to use exchanges among civilizations to replace the differences, conflicts, or the sense of superiority among civilizations, and work together to promote the solution of global challenges. In March this year, President Xi Jinping also proposed the Global Civilization Initiative and further expanded on the new journey that China wants for the exchanges among different civilizations. At last week's Belt and Road Summit, China has actually taken further steps to deepen our civilization dialogue between BRI countries. Over the past year, the exchanges among different civilizations have shifted from concept to reality and from initiative to actions, and think tanks are actually an important part of this great process. In this post-COVID-19 era, the world has become more volatile. We are facing a lot of multiple challenges and crises, and we are facing also political conflicts and geopolitical tensions, and the global economy is sluggish, and we are facing more and more development gaps and also environmental climate change challenges, which are all affecting sustainable development. Just recently, we are also seeing the escalating Israel-Palestine conflict that actually tells us that there are many reasons for such conflicts and wars, but one thing we need to be aware of, that is to say, among different civilizations and ethnic groups and religions, there are still the kind of arrogance on the side of some parties. And what kind of outlook we have on civilization will affect the destiny of mankind if we do not walk away from the closed approach or conservative approach to civilization. We will never avoid the conflicts and confrontations, and we will never achieve sustained peace, harmony, and development. Think tanks are the creators of thoughts and producers of knowledge, as well as promoters of policies, and they are very important in guiding the trend of the era, and they should shoulder the responsibility for promoting the exchanges among different civilizations, dissolving the conflicts among civilizations, and building a shared future for mankind. That is why we are holding this event today, to explore how think tank cooperation can better fulfill its responsibilities. So, on behalf of my organization, I'd like to pay tribute to CCG and CPAFFC, who are the hosts of this event. I'd like to this opportunity to share with you some of my observations too. We need to develop research on all kinds of cultures and promote the diversity of civilizations. The world is rich in civilizations. There's no superiority. Arrogance and prejudices usually come from ignorance and narrow-mindedness, and think tanks are the producers and of great thinking and promoters of policies. The more objective our ideas about other civilizations and the better judgment we have, then our thoughts are more mature and well developed. So we need to go beyond the fixed thinking and prejudices and be open to our research among different cultures and civilizations in order to build mutual understanding, respect, and empathy among different ethnic groups, religions, and cultures, and between the North and the East and the West and the South, in order to provide intellectual support for the exchanges among different civilizations. Second, we need to promote exchange of knowledge and uphold common values for mankind. Peace, development, equity, justice, democracy, and freedom are our common aspirations, and also the basic value as a foundation for the shared future for mankind. Think tanks need to work together to provide a good guiding role and carry out knowledge sharing and experience exchanges among different countries, and we should be open in understanding and interpreting the values of different civilizations, and we should be against ideological conflicts. The Academy of Contemporary China and World Studies It's also a supporting agency of this meeting, and we have been promoting the Contemporary China and World Knowledge Sharing Plan for many years. And we have also had the Knowledge Development Alliance vision, and we want to contribute to the global think tank knowledge sharing. And third, we also need to do a good job interpreting the policies and build a good international public opinion environment. Different civilizations have different language traditions, so there may be some misunderstandings in the dialogue. That is why we need the think tanks to contribute to better understanding and reading. That is why we have promoted the public knowledge sharing product. It is called the China Keywords. It is a series, actually. We want to use the good expression to help domestic and foreign think tanks to better understand the major concepts of China in the new era. And I have noted that you will have keynote speeches and roundtables for this event that will also help us to eradicate the obstacles for better understanding. And fourth, we need to build good networks and bring our people more closely together. Think tanks are the important players in promoting people-to-people exchanges, and they play a key role in promoting the relationship among different people in terms of thinking and knowledge production.
I'm very happy to see that we have a wide representation of countries in this meeting. This stands for the friendship and goodwill for dialogue and exchanges. I hope that CCG could further leverage its role in communicating with think tanks in China and in the world to promote a better understanding between the peoples. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, mutual learning, it's not merely a concept, an initiative. It is what we actually should be doing daily. It is something that think tanks in the world should work for. The CICG was established in 1949. It is one of the largest. Comprehensive communication institution in China. It covers publications, education, and culture, dedicated to presenting China that is in all fronts and in all its colors. The ACCWS will take this forum as an opportunity to strengthen exchanges cooperation with think tanks and scholars in the world to better build these brands and of activities to promote progress of human civilizations. And finally, I wish this forum a complete success. Thank you.